Hello, healing warriors and healers. So today we're going to do some dowel exercises seated. This is what I'm using for a dowel. A cane. You could use, I don't know if you have a kid, you could use your child's broom. You could use a drumstick. You could use whatever works for you, or nothing at all. In order to grade this, so we're starting with no weight when we're sitting, because when we're not lying down anymore and we start sitting, it takes a lot more exertion, right? So we have to be a little more careful for our heart rate, shortness of breath. But the way to grade this is if you have a dowel or a cane or something that you can use and you advance, you can increase your repetitions. We'll do about 8 to 10 repetitions, but you can always increase it. You can increase how many sets you do. So we'll start with 1 set today, but then you can redo this and do a second set, or later in the day do a second set. Another way to do it is, I'll show you, you can take an ankle weight or a wrist weight and just put it on the cane, but you just want to make sure it's very secure so it doesn't slide up and down. So you really want to make that tight, okay? And this works great for increasing the weight. All right, so have a water bottle handy. If you need your oximeter, get your oximeter handy. If you want to take your heart rate and oxygen before and after. And let's get moving and grooving. All right, as I always do, I always need to start with my breath so I can really set my body, get it ready, get it calm, and remind myself of breathing. So just with your hands on your lower rib cage or on your belly, remember, take that inhale for count of 4, pause, and then a slow, gentle exhale for 6 to 8. Try to double it if you can, but not force anything that's not comfortable for you. Okay, breathing in. Pause, and breathing out. Breathing in. And out. And how about one more? This always makes me feel better. All right, make sure you're in a really supportive chair. You can use your back, the back of the chair for support. Feet flat on the floor. I'm going to start actually with these exercises, not using a weight. Remember, I always advise you to talk to a healthcare professional first, work with a PT, somebody who specializes perhaps in dysautonomia or POTS, or there's a lot of post-COVID clinics that are starting to pop up, so you can really figure out when to advance your exercises, what you want your heart rate to be, because the heart rate can be very high from post-COVID symptoms, and so you may not be able to get it back where it was before you had COVID, but trying to figure out, okay, what is safe for me and what do I not want to exceed that, okay? Because you don't want to go above the heart rate that is already too high. So let's start with some simple ones to begin with, okay? We're just going to start with bicep curls. Tucking your elbows into your body, support your back, or if you're not supporting your back with the back of the chair, making sure you're sitting upright, rolling your shoulders back, sliding them down your body. We exhale on exertion. So we're going to inhale, exhale, inhale. Do the breathing that works best for you. It could be a count of 4 and 4, or a count of 4 on the inhalation, a count of 6 on the exhalation, or 8. This is at your pace. And the nice thing about going slow is you're not using momentum, so you're actually really working the muscles even more, right? 3. I'm not placing that, resting it down on my knees. When I come back down, I'm going to hold it so my arms are at a 90-degree angle, or a little more, like that, okay? Breathe through your nose on the exhale or through your mouth. not a forced exhale if you're breathing through your mouth. If this feels too easy, I'd still advise you to start without a weight, go through all the exercises, and then just see how you feel. Sometimes even a half hour, an hour later, I'll notice, oh no, I feel really tired, I did too much. So give yourself permission just to see how you feel. And then advance if you feel like the next day, if you feel that that's good for you. All right, nice. All right, so let's go overhead, okay? You can also do these exercises with dumbbells as well. That's another way to advance. Right. So we're gonna bring it right to the collarbones, and then we're gonna exhale and bring it up like that. Okay, you ready? So we're gonna take an inhale, exhale, bringing it up overhead. Inhale. My wrists, I'll show you, are neutral. They're not like this. They're neutral, so that the wrists are stable in a good position, not causing any wrist problems. When you do feel like advancing and putting a weight on your dowel, it definitely does make a difference. So start with a very low weight. You can also, if you don't have weights in the house in advance, you can use water bottles. You can use canned food. You could use like a little bag of beans. You have 2 bags of beans. And exhale. Inhale as you go down, and also making sure your shoulder blades aren't rising up so much when you go up. So you don't want to be going up like this in a hunch position. Sitting on the shoulders, pushing up, squeezing at the top, and then coming back down. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'll show you first. We're gonna bring it in on the inhale, out on the exhale, because it's harder holding it out. It's a long lever when our arms are out, okay? Keeping the shoulder blades down. Let's breathe in. And out. In. Out. 2. Making sure that your abdominal muscles, your core muscles are activated. Breathing in. Making sure also that you're not extending your neck, keeping your chin tucked a little. If this is starting to feel too hard in the shoulders, what you can do, bring your elbows down and you can bring it up like this. So it's a short lever, which makes it a little easier. Breathing in. So you can continue it with long arms or short arms. Out. Squeezing those muscles right as you hold it. The end range. A couple more. Out, squeezing those muscles. So remember, keep checking your symptoms. I'm checking my symptoms. My heart rate feels good. I don't feel any palpitations. I don't feel any wave of fatigue. I don't feel short of breath, so I'm going to keep going. All right? Keep going with me. If you feel good, stop if you need to take a rest. What's so great about videos, you can pause if you need to. All right? So this one's like a little twisty movement. We're going to keep our arm, but we're going to inhale, twist to the left. Inhale back to straight, twist to the left on the other side on the exhale. Okay, so really activating the abs and having the abs help bring you over there. And look with your eyes too. Have your eyes help guide you. It's a great way to coordinate your eye movements with the arm movements. Okay, let's slow down just a little more. So even at that end range, I'm feeling the abs even kick in more. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Almost like a count of 4 and 4. Inhaling for the count of 4. Exhaling for the count of 4. Inhaling 4. Exhaling. Squeezing those abdominal muscles. This is too difficult. Just have your arms in more. When your arms are out far, when they're straight out, it's always a little harder. So you can always bring your arms in. And I still feel my abdominal muscles really activating. My shoulders muscles aren't working as much, but still working those ab muscles. Okay. Just trying to twist as far as you can. Exhaling as you twist. Your arms don't necessarily have to be up at, your shoulders up at 90 degrees. You can have it slightly down. That will also make it a little easier. Let's do one more to each side. So the next exercise is we're going to be putting a hand on one end of the dowel, and we're just going to be going up like that. Okay? So remember exerting on the exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. I'm going to move over so you can see a little more. Inhaling. Exhaling. And keep your arm as straight as possible as you go up. Inhaling. Now, if you want to add a little more resistance, I can push into the cane from both ends. So it's like I'm pushing down here, and I'm pushing up from my lower hand. And that adds resistance. Exhale. Remember not to hike that shoulder up, keep it dowel down your back. Looking at an arm here. Exhale. Keep using that resistance if that helps. Inhale as you go down. So these are a lot of exercises that are overhead, and overhead tends to bring the heart rate up. And this is why we do start without weight, because you really want to monitor yourself. You might want to even stop, take a break, and check your heart rate if that's what you're monitoring with your doctor. If you know you're not supposed to be going above a certain heart rate. Okay, and then we're going to reset and do the other side. I slide over. Same thing if you want to do resistance, you push into that side while the other hand pushes up. Okay? Breathing in and out. Ten feels like too much, always do less and work up to 10 when you're ready. 3. Move over even more. There. 4. It's too hard. Remember, you can always use a short lever. I'm going up like that. And then when you've progressed and you feel ready, you can have your arms straight. Exhaling on exertion. And as you come down. That controlled movement, that really slow movement, it really works those muscles. I feel my muscles working, even without having a weight. Let's just take a few breaths, reset our breathing, okay? Checking in with our body, checking in with ourselves. Feet flat on the floor, and on the right under the rib cage. Breathing in, the count of 4. Exhaling for the count of 6 or 8. Then lean back in that chair if that's comfortable. We're preparing for our healing journey by retraining our heart, our lungs, our body, how to work while the nervous system still knows that it's safe. It can not have to get in this hyper-aroused state, because the more you push, the faster you go, it amps up the body, and we don't want to be amping up our nervous system, okay? We want to keep this nice and even keel, okay? All right, so we're only going to do 5 of these because they're hard. I'm going to show you first. So we're going to have our dowel overhead, and we're going to inhale as we go down, stretching. You're going to feel a really nice stretch here. And then you're going to exhale, use those core muscles, especially your obliques too, and you're going to pull yourself back up. And then you're going to inhale, pull yourself back up, okay? This is why we're only going to do 5. If you feel like you can go to 10, then just pause the video and do 5 more before you're going on to the other side. If you need to modify that, you don't have to use the cane. All you have to do is have your arms straight down and go down. And then on the exhale, really squeeze those obliques coming up. All right? So let's take a breath in as we inhale to our collarbone. And exhale as we bring it up. Okay, then we inhale, bringing it down. Side bend and exhale, using those obliques and using those ab muscles, bringing it up. Again, inhale. The side bend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Really use those obliques to pull you up, not your arms. Set. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nice. On the inhale, we bring it up to our collarbone. Exhaling it up. And we're going to inhale to our side bend. Look at the cane if you'd like, the dowel, and exhale, squeezing it up. Inhale. Exhale. 2. 3. And you don't have to have much of a side bend to feel this. You can just go a little if you'd like that. And you're still working those side muscles. Okay, one more. I'm going to go slower coming up. That's a little forceful breath that I just did. I don't want my breath to be so forceful. Inhale down. Nice. That was a good one. I like that one. Whew, shaking it out. All right, so the last one that we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna turn in my chair, and we're gonna bring it behind our back. I'm actually gonna stand. You can stay seated, but I just want you to be able to see this. And we're gonna go back like this, okay? So both hands are wrapped around the cane, and we're just gonna be moving it back. You're going to be actually squeezing your shoulder blades a little. Make sure that your neck isn't going forward, that it's staying ears over shoulders. Okay? And here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Go like this so you can see. Inhale. Exhale. Doesn't have to be a big movement. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This actually feels really good. Normally I would do this seated if it was easier for you to see. 7. 8. It's actually really good for the posture too. You'll notice afterwards you might feel a little straighter. 9. And those arms straight. You can have a slight bend in the elbows if you'd like. I'm squeezing the shoulders. 10. And back in. All right, and now check in with your posture. I feel my shoulders are back more. I can press my head into my hand. I align my neck a little more. It feels good. We can do that one more often. All right, so let's do some nice gentle stretches. So you can take your hand and gently stretch it like this. Stretching that wrist gently. Don't forget to breathe. And holding our breath while we stretch. We want to get the oxygen to our muscles. Okay, if you'd like, you can stretch your tricep muscle, sliding your arm down by your back of your head. And just taking your hand underneath your elbow joint, just gently giving it a little extra nudge or stretch. If you'd like, you can even do a little side bend. That's a really nice stretch. Back up. The other tricep. Side bend. Don't hold your breath in side bending. It's easy to do. Doesn't have to be a big side bend. And exhale as you come back up. Let's just stretch our chest out. So I'm just bringing my palm back towards the wall. You can even look up if that's comfortable. Stretching this neck out. Hold it for a long time. This feels really good. This is a great chest stretch and opener for breathing because our chest muscles tend to get and the fascia tend to get very tight when we're in bed a lot or when we have trouble breathing. And then we're just going to roll our arms back and forth like this. So our palm goes up and then down, around. Okay. Take in an inhale, and then cactus arms as we go. One more inhale. Cactus arms. Sliding the shoulder blades down your back and coming into a prayer pose at your heart center. I invite you to close your eyes and dropping a smile down into your heart. Just imagine a little smiley face down there. And even giving yourself a smile. When we smile, it actually releases endorphins and make us feel good. And as you smile to yourself, thanking yourself and your body for this time, thanking for all it's doing on its healing journey. It's hard trying to find time in the day to do these things, especially when we don't feel good and we're super tired. So really just sending gratitude to yourself and loving kindness. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I hope you found this helpful. Remember, always stop if it's too much. Start without weights. Gradually you can grade it up with adding weight or adding reps first and then adding weight. And take the breaks you need, all right? So many blessings, health, and happiness to you.